Hey guys, Jake and Spike, we're here at Pear Tree Ranch, and we just finished going over the overview of the art of the circle. Now we're going to delve deeper into the details of how we're going to build this, the pitfalls that might come up, and how are you going to solve some of those problems or puzzles as we go, so that step by step we can make this simple for you and simple for the horse, so that this can be more than just a job that we ask the horse to do. It can become a beautiful thing that we get to do with them together. Okay? So, first things first, going and woeing. Okay? In the overview, I showed how you can lead the horse forward, getting them to move towards you. That's starting right away with building connection, having the horse follow. Okay, they need to not be afraid of you. They need to not be afraid of the flag. Okay, if you've not seen, a big part of my expectations is that when I work that flag, I want them to not only not be afraid of it, but I want them to start relaxing their head down. Okay, that's not only that they're confident with it, they have a positive thing to do. Once we have this connection and we can have that confidence with the tool, then we can start drifting them onto a circle. I want you to be able to do it two ways. With the rope, where I lead him out. Notice I pushed the snap out there. Now the snap's back to neutral. That should be his cue to turn and face. The snap here stood out sideways. And then when it went hanging back, that's his neutral. It's no longer leading him forward. Okay? So I need to make sure that I'm sensitive enough to recognize when I've got that snap and when it's gone back to neutral. Notice he came over here and he got his nose right to my hand. My hand is frozen in time and space. I didn't do any excess stuff here. It was just, could I take the snap, move it off to my left, and that when it gets back to neutral, my hand is there, that he's stopped. Okay? Now, what if he doesn't stop, Jake? Okay, we got a whole slew of things we can do here. If my horse doesn't stop, I can lift up, tipping the nose and neck. I can step to the hip, pushing the hip away, which brings the nose back towards me. Okay, there's one thing I can do, and it might get that exaggerated. It might get even more exaggerated, where if they don't, then I'm having to push his hip out of the way. Notice, I walked off on a line. I'm on the same line as this tractor tire track, versus I'm not chasing his butt in a circle. Okay, let's look at that again. I'm gonna drift him off to my right. I'm gonna lift here, step off on a line, which kicks his hip out, and it gave him, look, something to go back to following. Okay? So I can go drift, teeter, which gets him to turn, face, and follow me. Once he's following, then I'm kind of la-di-da out and around this pen. Isn't this a nice pen? Look at that fancy fence. Woo-hoo! This is our smaller working pen versus the big arena. And this is bigger than the round pen. This is almost 2 round pen sizes. We can work cows or horses, start Liberty in a little bigger area. So now we're drifting, lift, off on a line. I'm going to that post. That got him to turn, face, and follow. Okay? Once we have the follow, do something friendly. So they recognize the reason they were turning and facing and then following was so that you could rub them. So you could give them a cookie. So you could give them a kiss. So you could just leave them alone. Me just standing here yakking at you, leaving him alone, that's being friendly. Okay? You don't have to maul them. Now, I love kissing on my horse plenty. Okay, but that doesn't mean that that's always what they want. So now that we've done it both ways, drift, lift, off on a line. I'm headed to the fence post right there. That got turn, face, follow, do something friendly. Okay? So I don't have to maintain a singular spot where he has to work around me. I can move my feet. This helps build the follow, okay? Super important. You want these horses ready to run to you. The faster they can run to you, the better they're going to be on the redirect. That's the follow with speed. Okay, we're going to get to that. The better they follow with speed, the better the redirect at speed is. Okay, so if you want your horse to canter circles around you with no ropes necessary, this is where we're starting. Drift, teeter. Okay, now we lifted the rope and then we swung the stick. We can fine tune that stick move even more. Okay, we're going to look at the reach and measure. This is a roping thing that I saw, and it helped me think about how I could do my stick. So here's the good deal. Notice how that soft lift from here got his hip to tip away. This is the good deal. That reach and measures my line, so I can, it's the wind up before the pitch. Okay, wind up before the pitch. Watch it again. Here's the drift. Here's the wind up before the pitch. Well, his butt's not there, so see, it doesn't bother him. It's when you start going, rah, he goes, oh God, I didn't like that, Jake. Okay? They don't want to feel attacked. So we're going to go, here's your good deal. Here's your not so good deal. Didn't bother him because he was already out of the way. Okay? You're a good boy. Once we have this drift and teeter working, we can start looking at the littlest bits. Quarter of a lap, okay? Eighth of a lap is even less. This builds to getting them landing on these different platforms, okay? Front or belly button, left shoulder, the booty, right shoulder, now we're back to belly button, okay? It's like if you had an airplane circling, where's my landing strip, where's my landing strip? Negative, Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Okay, comes in on that line. This is what the horse is looking for. Where do I get to land? Where do I get to land? Where do I get to land? Okay. At my shoulder. Now, once we build that, or we can start at the front, send them to here, then we might start sending from this position. Could I lead him from there to get behind me? Okay. I'll reposition. Could I do it with the stick? Okay, his nose made it behind me. Could I push him from behind me to come to right here? Why is he going to right there? So I can rub him, so I can kiss him, so I can feed him a cookie. Okay. I want him getting there for the good deal, not getting there because if he doesn't, I'm going to spank his butt or pull on him with the rope. Okay, that's not going to last in the long run. There'll always be something scarier, but when we can really sweeten the pot, I want these to be sweet spots. Okay, so we got to start with the idea of safety first. He needs to feel safe being right here, right here, right here, right in the booty. And that will then start to build to becoming a sweet spot. Okay, I give credit to Dancing Pete Rhoda for being the first person I heard really clarify and use those words. Safe spot first, then sweet spot. Okay? So now if I can have him from there, can I ask him to the front? Okay? Now, as we're building this, I gotta keep remembering, catch, turn, face, follow, do something friendly, or redirect. Okay? That helps me recognize what's missing. Because if my horse isn't ready to redirect or steer on a circle, it's because they're not ready to follow. The reason they're not ready to follow is because they're not ready to turn and face. The reason they're not ready to turn and face is because you didn't catch their attention. Okay? To help build a good pattern of my horse following, I need to be ready to walk off on a line away from them. This creates that draw. So depending on where I'm getting my horse to follow better is going to change the angle at which I move my feet. We were just going left, let's go to the right. So if I go from belly button to right shoulder, if I want him to follow me, I need to walk away from him, sidestepping to the left. That created the draw here. If I turn and face him when he gets to my right shoulder, he's only ever going to learn to draw to my belly button. What this will give you is a horse that you are always stuck turning at the belly button. Okay? Or they won't ever cross your belly button. You see this a lot with people that do a lot of what can be called stick to me, where you get the horse to follow at your shoulder. Okay? Come on, horsey. Follow my shoulder. Follow my shoulder. And if you ever want to circle, you're always stuck here. So you get the I'm a prancing pony circles. Not wrong, but that's not where I want to stay. Okay? That's not where I want to stay or be stuck. And so we need to recognize how to get the horse to work to different positions. That's why we're having these different landing zones. And if I want him to come there, I need to go away from him on a line that draws him to that position. So I have to step away there. Okay? Or if I want him to come up behind me, I need to ask him back there, move away so he can follow straight behind me. Okay? What this does is it creates a wake. If you were to recognize all the space around you like water, okay, there's molecules there. It's the air. You feel the wind's blowing. You probably can hear the wind blowing on the microphone some as I'm going here. That's molecules hitting that microphone. You don't see them. It's air, but it's there. Okay, so we need to feel that like it's water. Okay, it's the stuff that connects all things. You could call it the force, you know, whatever you want. As you move through time and space, then, we create a wake. This gives the horse the easiest spot possible to go. So as I walk forward down the pen, I've created this wake behind me in this V shape. Okay? Whether I do it there or in the front, I create this wake. So we're doing this, I go that side and that side. I'm creating these boundaries. Okay? When we can recognize that, that gives that horse that visualization of that safe spot, which becomes sweet. Okay? We're going to talk more about that, building that V, that wake, that vector, when we start looking at how to use the sticks in multiple ways. Okay? So, this first part was all about getting the drift and teeter working really good. We needed to recognize the different positions to work off of. We needed to recognize how to get your horse to turn and face and be ready to follow from those positions. So we lifted the rope, we looked at how to reach and measure, good deal, not so good deal with the stick, okay? And we build and build on that till it gets very easy to drift the horse from each different position to land at each different position and teeter on back. That's the turn, face, and follow part, the teeter, okay? In the next part, we're going to start talking about holding the horse on the circle, okay? And this is going to be leading and herding on the circle. Okay, this was just going and woeing on a circle. Then we're going to start going and holding the circle, Then we'll start building up our corrections, looking at 2 sticks, and making a game out of it, okay? So we've got multiple parts still coming for you. Hope you're enjoying the art of the circle. Make sure you're spending all that time out there working on these pieces, and it just takes time, okay? Catch, turn face, follow, do something friendly, or redirect. This is where we're going, okay? All right, I'm Jake. This is Spike. We're at Pear Tree Ranch.